Hello, I'm John, the executive producer here at Final Show Films. I got a few notes for you before the show. First, I want to thank you all for watching. We couldn't do what we do or the amount of things that we do without the support of you, the viewer. If you want to support us financially, which we always appreciate, you can go to our Patreon page at patreon.com/fsfilms, where you can donate as little as $1 a month to help us continue this and all the things that we do. I want to give a special shout out to our $25 supporters, Antitonic, Waterflame, and Samantha Bates. Second, I want to let you all know that we here at Final Show Films are planning a little get-together up at Gen Con this year. That's August 2nd through 5th up at Indianapolis. We're going to be up there just sort of hanging out, enjoying the con, spending time together, and if any of you guys want to come up and say hi, please feel free. We don't bite unless you want us to. And if you enjoy whatever it is you're about to watch or listen to, be sure to check out our website at finalshowfilms.com, where you can find links to all of our other content, both podcast and video. And be sure to follow me at John A. Bates on Twitter for more updates on all of the content we're creating in the future. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Breakverse. I'm Aaron, I am the GM, and I can skip over the bit about someone being missing because everyone actually did get here. So introduce yourself, starting with Jack.
Hey everybody, I'm Jack, and I'm playing Ragnar Einherjar, the Dwarven Paladin of Conquest.
And Kat.
I'm Kat, and I am playing Scar, the Wood Elf Barbarian Cleric.
And Navarin.
Hi, I'm Navarin. I'll be playing Alistar Amaran, the half-elf bard.
And Jeremy.
Hi, hold on. Am I gonna sneeze? Am I not gonna sneeze? It feels like I'm not going to, so hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm playing Click Clack, the Kinku Rogue.
Right. So, as our party continues onwards, well, I have a summary directly in front of me. Last time on Breakverse, our questing adventurers continued through the underbelly of Zenithra, finding themselves in an abandoned mind flayer-infested mansion. And then they fucked around with the music box and got to what may be a mirror of this reality, what might be a different time period, where the mansion is in perfect condition as opposed to run down and abandoned, and with a fair number of Durgar wandering around. A strange woman that has offered healing services for an apparently ill lord of the mansion, and a strange set of, well, creatures referred to as mindless ones standing outside, staring at the door.
Yup.
The party, he has been discussing what they might do about this situation and the details of their situation.
Well, so we've got mind flayers on the outside that are apparently running this entire siege army. We can try and break that, I suppose. Or we can see if we can find somebody else who's a little bit more in charge than what's our biscuit over there, and see if there's any alternatives for us getting back to where we were actually trying to be.
Ragnar, I know that I sometimes think you're brainless, but if we do fight those things, you really will be.
That's a reasonable assent, I say, for something like this. And having a bit of background knowledge would be helpful before we go in on any sort of frontal assault. We'd talked about making maybe a diversionary tactic, I believe. Or we just all find crossbows and shoot them from a distance.
What?
Not so good at the whole crossbow thing. I'm more, up close and personal.
You could always go and get help.
We could. Where would you go and get that help from?
Oh, I meant you could run away. Sorry, was that not clear?
And where exactly would we be running to?
I don't know.
I do believe he's trying to make fun of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, comedy aside, we are in what you might call an invested situation, in that our only avenue of escape, at least as far as I can tell from a recon of the grounds, is blocked by this besieging force. So, we're pretty much stuck here.
What else do we know about the house?
It's in much better repair than it was the last time we saw it.
Who's here? What people are we working with? What might be here that they want?
You're talking about the invaders?
Yeah.
As far as that goes, nobody's been able to define yet.
So who lives here now in this current whatever this is?
If the players are curious.
Yes.
From what you have seen, there seem to be several reasonable assumption enslaved people of various races. And a few Durgar. Specifically, there seems to be the sage, druid, warlock, something like that, whose room you're in, who apparently was the one whose room you were in with the music box and stuff. A lady of the mansion who mentioned a lord husband of hers. And
was I there for that?
No, specifically the one who would know about the lady would be Click Clack. And a woman... a woman who seems to be some kind of healer.
That's Karieshta, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Alistar is the player is trying to have Alistar find out about the stuff
I know.
going on.
I just wanted to make sure that it's been weeks. I wanted to make
Yeah.
Valid.
Yep.
Cool.
I think Ragnar knows about the dude in the house.
But yeah, no, Ragnar will tell everybody everything he's learned when he got here, since he's gotten here. There's a mystic woman named Karieshta who seems to have some knowledge of what's going on. She's a bit obtuse, doesn't tend to answer things terribly straightforwardly, at least to my way of thinking. We've got the...
And you all did meet Karieshta.
Yeah.
We've got the Lord of the Manor, who's apparently feeling a bit poorly, and... So we've got the issue of a bit of a Fisher King situation there, and...
Well, let's go talk to him.
Fair enough. You'd have to ask somebody where he is. I don't know... Did Ragnar run into him?
Yeah, so...
Oh, that's right, he
Ragnar
was up in the
first
bedroom, right?
Going around, he was in the bedroom.
Yep. Roll that back. Yeah, the blood bedroom in our version of this house is where he is at. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Clack makes an audible blah at this
I
mention of
concur.
blood bedroom.
Yep.
Let's go introduce ourselves. It's only polite.
Alrighty then. Let's head out.
Ragnar goes to the blood bedroom. Well,
Okay.
Ragnar ushers everyone to the blood bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
Is Alistar successfully ushered?
Yeah, he wants to go.
Okay. So you arrive in the room. Aside from not being covered in blood and being like the rest of the house in good repair, it seems fairly similar to how it was in the past, though that mirror that was shattered seems to be fully intact, just on the wall. You still notice none of you have reflections in it, but that's weird. In one of the beds seems to be a sleeping figure, Kneeling next to him is someone Click Clack would recognize, the drow woman who offered her healing services
Mm-hmm.
when you were sort of listening in at the door.
What's with that weird mirror?
She'll sort of look up as you come in. I'm afraid that I have taken refuge here at the kind assistance of the lady of the house. I am not privy to the house's personal secrets or history.
Fair enough.
What's up with him?
I am not necessarily at liberty to say. He ails of a dark illness.
Uh-huh. Is it anything to do with the guests outside?
I'm not at liberty to discuss the ailments facing my patients.
That's a yes.
Well, your patient seems to be in rather a bad way. Is there anything we might be able to do to assist in your treatment thereof?
If you happen to have rare fungal herbs from the surface, or catalysts for ancient magic, those might be useful.
Ragnar goes, I've got a soul stone.
If you would be willing to part with it to restore this man's health, I am sure I could use that for such a reason.
He'll hand it over.
Okay. She'll take it, and anyone who's watching this can make me a perception check.
16.
7.
9.
A 7 is the lowest I
14.
can roll without getting a nat 1, and that's sad.
Okay.
No,
So-
that's math.
Still sad.
Anyway, sorry, Aaron.
As she takes the soulstone into her hand, she seems to whisper some kind of enchantment or other magical thing that is too low for any of you to catch details of. And the soulstone starts glowing, hovering over this apparently very ill Duragar who's sleeping in his bed. As a reminder, these are sort of, I believe they're yellow gems with a cloudy center to them. And as it is held over the bed, the yellow, who sort of, for lack of a better term, frames the flat reflective parts of the gem, all seem to gain sigils within them. Some sort of arcane writing, perhaps, as the stone is held above the bed. The shadow within it seems to flicker, draining out of the crystal and on into the bed. As it sort of grows, it almost encompasses this man's entire form with this ghostly echo. After about a minute, whatever ritual is being conducted concludes. And she takes the stone. And actually, she'll hand it back to Ragnar. Afraid it's not worth very much anymore, but
Are the sigils still visible?
No, they seem to
They've
have
gone
faded
flat.
with the ritual. There's also no longer a cloud to the center of the
Right.
eye.
It's just kind of a clear yellow gem at this point.
Yep.
It's an empty soul cage. Okay, cool. He'll just slide it back in his pocket. We'll find somebody else to put in there.
Sorry, what?
Clack arches a brow.
I'm making a joke, you bastards.
Oh,
I'm sure Einar could do it.
Oh, aye.
let us know when next time.
So,
She'll
is he going to be
look-
getting any better any soon?
He should be, though I'm afraid the healing process will take some time. He is now certainly in remission, but the mortal form can only take so much stress and healing at once.
It's reasonable, I suppose.
Click raises a hand,
She'll.
points towards the window.
hmm
Ragnar will go look out.
Puts his hands out, all zombie.
The mindless ones?
Shrug.
The mindless ones did not bar my entry.
Do you know
Yeah, we
how
saw
long they've
that.
been out there?
I'm afraid I only came here earlier today. You may have a better idea than I do. Again, as I said, I'm grateful for the offer of home that was given to me, and I have not pried into this household's affairs.
Alright.
Yeah, but what's the sitch? What's going on? What's the deal?
She doesn't know. That's what she's trying to tell you.
Yeah, like I get that, but also you walk through a bunch of like zombie things to get here. Why?
Because I wish to rest somewhere, at least for the night, and a
And
bed
going
is preferable to the road.
Going through the crowd of mindless death machines was preferable.
They did not think to harm me. They stood out of my way, if only slightly.
Uh-huh.
Well, I think we should go put that option to the test then. Who wants to watch me walk through a crowd of zombies?
Ooh. Hand
Alright,
raised.
we've got one vote for. Ska, Alistair.
Sure. I'll watch
Just
that.
try not to get yourself killed.
What? That was never specified.
I'll do my best. And Ragnar's gonna walk out of the house.
Click is damn well going with him.
Okay.
Scott is following behind, but not wading in just yet.
Yep.
And here is where Jeremy makes a fourth character.
That will be up to you. So, I don't really have this on the map, but
It's fine.
Yep. So he'll
basically, there's a hallway of the cavern. They're shoulder to shoulder alongside it, about 2 individuals deep. Now that you're up close, you can tell most of them are probably Duragard. Some seem to be other. A few have the remnants of armor that they still seem to be wearing, but don't seem to be actively wielding. Others are just in plain peasant clothes or robes of various kinds.
Okay. Are any of them carrying weapons?
No, though you see a weapon or two on the ground near them.
Okay. So he is just going to very slowly approach the lines, keeping a sharp eye out for any sort of aggressive reactions that might happen.
They stare blankly forward. Some of the closest heads tilt in your general direction, but seem to still look mostly past you.
Okay.
This apathetic line of mindless staring horde.
He's got the hilt of the sunblade in his right hand, but it's not the blade's not ignited yet.
All right.
And yeah, he's just going to very slowly and carefully walk straight towards them and see if they bar his way if he tries to exit.
You get up within like half an inch of them. They don't part at all.
Mm-hmm.
But they also don't seem to take any aggressive action against you.
Okay. He will.
You would have to push past them to get through.
He will try and push past them.
Yep.
Make this an athletics roll, I guess.
Okay. 25.
You pretty, they seem stapled to the places you are, but you sort of push your hands there and try and pull them out of the way of each other to walk past. They seem to do their best to hold firm, but at the same time, there's that apathetic staring.
Right.
You try and walk through?
Yep.
Okay, make me a constitution.
Lookback's going with.
Okay.
21.
Anyone who's headed in, make me a constitution save.
23, which
Damn,
is that
sir.
20.
Yep.
Nice.
Okay. So as you're starting to walk through this, it's really just a line of people. A few of their stares lock onto you more fully, and
Oh, and for what it's worth, Jeremy's is actually a 28 because he's within 10 feet of Ragnar,
Right.
I'm assuming.
So a 28 is still a success. Any natural 20 would have been a success. You each take 8 points of psychic damage as you start walking through, and these stairs, you manage to shake them off pretty easily, but it still bore into your mind. And clearly some sort of magical influence.
Mm-hmm. Does that persist after we get through the 2 rows, or?
You have still taken the damage once you
Right.
get through the 2 rows.
But it felt like just getting through it was what we were doing.
During the moment you were walking through, yes, was when you seemed to take damage.
Okay. Ragnar will kind of shake his shoulders a little bit and re-steady himself. And look back over to where Alistar and Ska are just kind of standing there.
Looks
Are
over
you
it.
dead?
Looks over it at Ragnar. Looks back. Caw, motherfuckers.
Wait, in whose voice?
In probably in Ska's voice, because it got he has Ska and he has Ragnar, and he wouldn't want to confuse them.
Okay. So
What's the distance they've traveled? Like roughly?
Beyond where you are, probably 10, 20 feet.
Okay.
Like, line of sight is not great, especially to Ragnar, because there's 2 lines of shoulder-to-shoulder people between you guys, but...
yeah, and he's short.
Hey, these are Duragar. They're no taller than I am.
That's true, but they're still standing
But
shoulder
yeah,
to shoulder.
yeah, but it's still...
So now what?
What else is over there, behind them?
Let's have a wee bit of a look-see. And Ragnar will try and see if there's anything evident beyond.
Perception.
Okay. That's a 6.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
There is a cavern that continues on that looks pretty similar to the one that you traveled through to get here.
12?
Much the same. Like,
Okay.
Clack, this is the cavern path you took to get here. It looks still like a large path through a cave.
Seems to be fairly open. It's the same road that we came in on.
Should we come through, or are you coming back?
Well, if we're going to find whoever's behind this invading army and take them out, I figure you'd better come with us.
All right.
How much did that hurt?
A wee bit.
Yay!
And Ragnar will get close enough that they'll be able to have his help on the saving throw. Getting through.
Oh no, it's fine. I walk up and then I appear next to Ragnar and Glug.
Misty
How
Sun.
do you try and do that?
Understep.
Okay.
I step away from Scar first.
Can you put the text of Thunderstaff
Yeah,
in
yeah.
chat for me? Alright. So you're getting up in front of these people who are lined up to do this?
It's got a range of 90 feet, so I can do it from further back.
Okay.
So I don't bother with that. I just go from pretty much like just off the steps.
Alistair, I want you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Because you're trying to use magic to get past.
11.
So you feel the crackling, the ignition of Thunderstaff, and the magic's damage definitely rustles the rocks near you, and you teleport and you appear directly where you were.
Oh, that's interesting.
Those entities still staring flatly at you.
Huh. Well, that's good to know. Scott's gonna try to walk through.
Okay.
Yeah. Suppose I better try and walk through.
Alright, are you just pushing them out of the way as Ragnar did?
Yep.
Okay, strength check.
Is there some other way I can get around them? Like trying to dodge through them? Or like step over them? Or like jump over them?
You can try whatever you want. There is a line of 2 lines worth of people in your way.
Yeah, but they're short, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're short, but they're taller than your average halfling would be. So,
Okay. Jumping
Scott,
dive roll.
okay, roll me acrobatics and roll well. But Scott, you're trying to push them out of the way like you saw Ragnar do, and they're just not budging. They're sort of, again, just staring past you, apathetic to your effects on them.
Okay. Scott's gonna...
Alistair, you get a running start and you try and jump over them, but you kind of misjudge and you just sort of face plant into one of them a little bit.
Hello.
I like the idea of him jumping and then landing like across, since it's 2 rows of people, and across 4 sets of shoulders, like torso first.
Crowd surfing. The crowd surfing bard.
Scott's gonna.
It's really hard to crowd surf with people that don't want you to crowd surf on them, so they're just kind of staring.
Is he
Off at
far
you.
enough that I can grab his arm and pull him the rest of the way?
With an 8, you're going to need to make me an athletics roll to try that.
I'll help.
Oh yeah, I was going. Yeah, I will athletics.
Scott is going to look at whichever one is standing in front of her, and ask it politely to move aside.
Again, just that empty stare. Okay. Yeah, with a 22 click-clack, you're pulling Alistair through. Alice, actually, if you're reaching back in, you're both gonna need to make me those con saves.
Okay.
You get a +5 modifier to your con saves.
Yep.
Yeah.
16.
I'll start con save.
Oh, okay. Uh, 21.
All right. So. Okay. Both of you take 9 psychic damage as you pass through the field, and these creatures stare at you.
Ow. All my temporary hit points. Not a fan of that.
And Click Clack, I assume you're not trying to like switch places with Alistar, right?
No. Nope.
Nope. Just drag his ass across.
Dragging through.
Yep. And Alistar,
Sky, you're just gonna have to push it.
through.
All right. I'm gonna try to push through again.
I've been in less dignified situations, but that's okay.
I guess you can make me another strength check.
Are you kidding me? Another 8.
Scott, you grip on and you push these people apart, and they are simply not budging to your strength.
Ragnar's just gonna throw her a rope.
Okay.
Tie it around yourself. We will drag you through here if we have to.
She'll tie the rope around herself.
Okay.
He'll grab... Click, clack. Alistar, give me a hand with this.
Yarp.
All right.
Would it just be an
Ragnar,
athletics check?
with advantage
Okay.
to pull. Oh, that's gonna be interesting.
22.
Okay. That beats the DC of like. Scott, as you are pulled sort of body first through these rows of people, almost mowing them down, I need you to make me a Constitution save.
Oh, I'm at least I'm good at those. 19. Oh, wait,
Plus 5.
plus 5
24.
from Ragnar. So 24. Sweet.
You take whatever 15 halved is, so 7 damage.
Okay.
7 psychic damage. As you're pulled through this, you feel those minds pressing against your own.
Thank you still for those 10 hit points that we still had.
Yep. Bards are useful.
Alright, well, we've got everybody on this side now. Let's see what's further down this cave passage.
And Scott's going to undo the rope and hand it back.
Ragnar will coil it up and stash it back on his pack again. Pull out the sunblade, light the blade off this time, and just start walking.
Click clack's like,
What's up?
Like taps one of the zomboids on the shoulder. Makes the face the squigglies in the face, like puts his hands over the head of the Duergar like he's controlling, grabs the arrow out of his pack while he's doing so, just put it through his head. Oh,
that was my thought as well. Given what you've told me of these mind flayer things, I'm guessing they're puppet mastering this somehow.
Do I have any idea what's stopping magic from working?
You can make me a Arcana or Religion.
18.
With an 18 Arcana, your best guess is that it likely is something being done or being done through this line of individuals who seem to be disrupting it. You did notice your party and other people using magic within the mansion. So you can assume it is either just directly outside or it's teleportation specific.
Right.
Especially given that the damaging part of your spell goes off fine.
And do I think that this is a magical control that the things have over these people, or is it something else?
It very well could be magical. You're aware of many kinds of magical control. You don't know enough about mind flayers to know if they use magical control.
Okay. Well, let's get going then.
Ba-da-dum.
At 8. And Ragnar will push off down the passageway.
All right.
Scott will follow.
You push off on down the path. Away from the mansion. Again, it's just sort of like when you were headed here previously. You get to the sort of main part of the path that you forked off of to get to this manor. Do you want to head back towards where you know the town would have been when you were here previously, or just further into the...
Are there any, like, tracks or anything to demonstrate where this mob may have come from or originated?
Make me survival checks if you're looking for tracks.
Okay. That's a nat 1. Awesome.
That's
Ragnar. Those are definitely rocks.
Yep.
And they're definitely there.
I'm a dwarf. I know rocks.
Yep. These aren't fake rocks. Someone's kettle is going
Yeah.
up.
My computer is whistling. Hold on.
Or
Hey.
someone's computer is overheating. Either way.
Oh,
They're not
dear.
meant to make that sound.
Someone's USB powered kettle is going off.
5 volts is not enough for that.
PSA. Don't use a USB for your kettle. That's a bad idea.
Yep.
No, somehow my fan button got turned on, and so my fan started making noise.
Mm.
Okay.
Yep.
So, yeah. Ragnar's looking for tracks. He found some rocks. So he's just walking. Probably back towards town, yeah.
I'm looking to see if there's like any other people around at all.
Aside from, you can still see the backs of the mindless ones towards the manor. No. It seems to be basically silent.
This is disconcerting.
This is fine. We can leave. It's all good.
How do you suggest we leave?
We continue walking the way we're walking.
The bit where we're actually inside a mirror didn't register for you?
Who knows what's really real? Maybe this is the real universe and we've just come from in, we were in the mirror the whole time.
No!
I concur.
Does it matter? Is it important?
Yes!
Why?
The fact that you have to ask that question
Yeah?
says a whole lot about you.
The fact that you stalled before answering it says even more about you.
Ragnar is ignoring this conversation and just walking.
I will follow Ragnar.
I was going to begin ignoring this conversation and continue walking.
All right.
Ragnar's response to everything.
And I walk away.
Okay. Yep. You head back towards the town. Click clack. As you're going, make me a history or survival, whichever you'd like.
Okay. Well, my history is a +2. My survival, because wisdom is my dump stat, is a -2.
I vote for
Whichever
history.
you'd
then.
like.
11.
Okay, with an 11, just sort of vaguely, it feels like the cavern is a bit different. But then again, you don't normally head this way very often, so
Right.
it could just be, well, I'm headed in instead of out of the town.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I said right, and I heard the words, but somehow those did not register with meaning in my brain.
That's
It's not
fine.
anything. No, it's not anything you did wrong. It just. It was sound.
I appreciate you letting me know that you didn't hear it. That makes things easier for me.
He had a Jeremy moment.
I had a 100% Jeremy moment.
Okay. The cavern, as you're headed back to town, it feels vaguely different, but then again, you don't use this path very
Okay.
often. So
So I had gotten the gist. I assumed that's what it was, but I heard the cavern feels insert Charlie Brown teacher sound. But you haven't vetted but you haven't really vetted this way. So yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm good at the Charlie Brown teacher sound.
So about how long of a walk will it be before we get back to the
Um,
outskirts, probably?
So, going by how long it took you to get here, about 4 to 6 hours, I believe it was.
Okay.
And we see no people along the way at all.
Yeah, as you're headed along, the path seems utterly empty. Now, before, you didn't see many people. You saw maybe one caravan, but it feels distinctly less well-traveled in general right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um,
I'm gonna be so sad if we get to town and it's like, oh, what you need to do is back at that house 4 hours away.
I mean, it's gonna be.
It's probably
I
going to
mean,
be.
it totally is. What we need to do is just go back through the mirror somehow.
Yeah, we don't know how to do that, though. And nobody will
Well-
tell us.
maybe they don't know either.
They
You're not
probably
sure.
don't know either. That's perfectly possible.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, though technically we didn't try the one way that we got through the first time, which was to touch the mirror with the music box open.
Yeah, because the thing's gone.
Yeah.
The piece of glass we were holding to get here is gone.
Yeah.
But the mirror that it came from is here.
We don't know that. But anyway.
You all have seen that mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was in the blood room.
Yeah, no, but we don't know if
Did
the
not-
mirror is a two-way thing or not. But yeah, no, we have not tried
We
that
did not
yet.
try that.
No,
But anyway.
I just wanted to clarify that all of you who know of the Shard of Glass is origin would know that mirror that it presumably came from is in the main room.
Presumably.
Probably. We never know.
Yep.
It could be a mass-produced mirror.
Plus, also, breaking mirrors, traditionally not great. Especially in magical situations.
Very true.
Yep.
All right, but walking back towards town.
Yeah.
Got
Unless
ourselves,
anyone's doing anything.
got ourselves a nice little
Not
day hike ahead
at
of us.
the moment.
Sort of
Playing
around
I
what.
Spy as we go.
Click-clack mostly tries to keep, during this long walk, morale up by mimicking random underdark creature noises, which probably doesn't help much because he thinks they're hilarious, but they sound terrifying because it's the Underdark.
You're like, this is the sound a cow makes. And everyone's like, oh God, what is that unholy noise of doom?
Mom Click Clack's over there going, the pig says oink.
Essentially.
Click Clack is literally reading an Underdark children's book right now.
The click. The Roth goes moo. The Mind Flare goes blah, blah, blah.
But replace those sounds with the most harrowing possible rendition of them.
Yep.
The Umber Hulk says.
The gelatinous cube goes.
Yep. Kenku are very good at onomatopoeia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they
Except for he doesn't get to say the blank goes, so all you hear are these creepy ass sounds coming out. Which amuses him to no end.
Yep. All right. After about maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, I want everyone who's wandering around to make me perception checks.
Okay.
Okay.
14.
Another frickin' 8.
19. But this time it wasn't an 8 off of a 5, it was an 8 off of a 3.
22.
Yeah.
So, fucking Alistar, as you're getting further, there are details that feel a little off that aren't adding up. There are parts of the wall that look overly smooth, almost like the dev just didn't finish this area.
They forgot to put their textures in.
Yeah, or I only put the base texture in and then never did the grid of making it look 3D. That
This
sort
is
of thing.
early post-production. This is not final scene.
Something
Nudge,
like
click,
that. There's little bits and pieces, mostly on the ceiling and other areas you wouldn't think to look, that just look a little off, distorted.
Nudges, quick, click, clack. So, we should probably keep going. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
God, the temptation to try and backflip into the wall and clip through it is real right now.
You can try.
Welcome to Breakverse, the speed run.
I am curious if people speedrun modules in D&D Adventurers League
Probably.
mode.
They do sometimes.
Probably.
Yes.
Click Clack does go over to the wall and poke it.
Okay.
While Alistar has backed up to it, set a bomb on the ground, tried to do a backflip 3 times in a row.
It feels mostly like a typical wall. If you poke one of the areas that looks weirdly smooth, it doesn't feel like that. It feels as you would more expect a cave wall to feel than how it looks.
Okay.
I wonder if it'll keep getting more like this the further we get away from the sort of hub. How far have we gone now?
You've been going for about 3 hours.
Okay.
So you've got maybe an hour and a half left from your memory of heading here before. Sorry, Jeremy, did I interrupt something?
No. Click Clack thinks for a minute. Goes. Makes a move like he like going to sleep and then the sound of a harp sound as he feathers his fingers out from his head and then gestures around.
Okay, wait. Are you trying to say you think this is a dream?
Do you remember? Do you remember the place with the other us?
Yep.
Feels a lot like that. Don't worry about it. Click clack. It's fine. No, it's not. Nothing to worry about at all. Holds the magic wand you got there. No, everything's fine.
Thumbs up.
Uh-huh. Well,
Have we
This
been
can
mirror
only
copies
end
of
well.
ourselves the entire time since then? That would have been interesting.
Ragnar turns around, suddenly realizing that none of his companions are even remotely in the same place he is anymore, because I've just been walking this entire time.
Ragnar, you look back. They're within visual range.
Okay. Oh, you lot, catch up!
So what's
Scott's
that
gonna
stuff?
run up to him. Scott's gonna run up to him.
Okay.
Click Clack seems to think we might be in a dream of some sort, and Alistar says it reminds him of when we were fighting our mirror selves.
Huh. Interesting concept. Alright. He'll turn around, walk back to the rest of them. So, mirror selves again?
I mean, it's a theoretical possibility. Like, it's not completely implausible that in some way, Mirror Shaw's universe is connected there in the same way as it is here.
Aye. No, that could...
Feathered arm raises.
Or it could just be similar. It could just be similar magic. There's no guarantees here. This is all arcane, weird, and oddity.
Oh, aye.
Yes,
Scott
Click Clack.
will pull out the map of Mirror Shore that she has in her pocket and show it to Click Clack.
There's a map of a town with two sort of towers on each, or a tower on it. He is a town.
Yeah, and for those of us that are capable of speech, there was some weirdness where we met mirror versions of ourselves.
In this town.
Don't worry about it.
And then we had
The
to kill
town
him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally slayed the other me.
Yeah.
Fuck!
I fucked him.
Yeah, on that note, thanks for teaching Click Clack a new word that he's going to probably say over and over again. That's gonna be fun.
He doesn't just do
I
words.
hope so.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to be fair, now he has Alistar on file saying,
I fucked him. Right.
Exactly.
I have the feeling that this is going to be Click Clack's like default victory cry in battle for at least the next week and a
I hope
half.
so.
I fucked him. I fucked him.
Oh,
So
the
Click
party.
Clack just gestures to the wall.
Well, that's
in
weird.
Unfinished state.
Can I do a stone cunning check on that now that it's been pointed out to me?
You can make me a history or something, but your stone cunning will not apply.
Oh, okay. Well, that's just going to be a flat roll then.
It's not really
12.
From sort of the perspective of stone, there's parts of this wall that look like normal cave wall and parts that just look tessellated, flat.
Okay. Well, that's a bit off-putting.
Mm-hmm. Well, if this distance is still the same, we don't have much further to go to get back to the town.
I don't. Do you think that? Look at this. The world is running out. The town's going to be either not there or in bits.
Well, either
Points
way,
and
we'll have
nods.
learned something.
Also points and nods.
Yeah, seems fine. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, aye. No, I'm not exactly expecting to find ourselves in the midst of a small, thriving metropolis once we get back there. Let's go have a look, though. See what we can figure out.
And to be clear, just to make sure that I hadn't missed anything, this was the only way. This was the only way out of that tunnel that we could have.
Nope. You had the two path options of heading back towards the city or further into the caves.
Okay.
But thanks to Ragnar's absolutely abysmal tracking check, he just opted to go back to town.
No, that's fine. That just allows me to keep it in mind for once we figure out that this leads to nothing because this isn't part of whoever's dream we're in.
Right. So, yep, Ragnar's gonna keep pushing towards the village.
Okay. You guys continue on. By the time you arrive, it's, from your perspective, nearly night, and those sort of odd bits of the scene that seem to be incomplete, there are more and more of them. And as you get to where you can actually see the walls of the town, you see a town that is much smaller. It's less a town and more like 3 or 4 hut-type houses, and a bit of mushroom land, kind of like grass pasture, but mushrooms.
But fungus.
Surrounding it. The entire sort of general area around it is similarly this flat, weirdly shaped pseudo-earth. Still, when you touch the walls, they feel like they probably should, not like the flat areas they physically appear to be.
It's just the visuals that are off.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Ragnar's going to go investigate the huts, see if anybody's inside or anything.
Yeah. As you go up to the first hut, you're headed up to knock on the door or just link barge your way in.
Link barge.
Hi!
The door this sort of cloth door placed on the shack opens in front of you, and you see like what looks like a twisted Roth standing up on hind hooves, with its head twisted around entirely backward, so it is not facing you, and arms that are still the hooves but seem to have appendages sewn on top of them, more like humanoid hands. Just sort of walk out of the door.
What the
Okay, then.
Yeah, he has leapt like 10 feet back and the sword is out and lit.
Does it look like it's trying to attack, or does it just look like it's
The
looking
creature
around?
seems to be, well, it's hard to say staring at you because its head is faced away from you. But then it is definitely staring at you as the eye sockets and the eyes sort of move from that front of the head, and you see them scoot around towards the back, hanging out on top of the cow horns, and to glare at you.
Hello.
Okay,
There
that's
is just an open,
terrifying.
anthropomorphic bird man.
I concur.
Has it come out of the hut?
Yeah, outside. It walked through the door as you were headed there. It seems to be carrying some kind of bucket.
We're going to start walking
We're
up
just-
to it.
Okay.
As I said, does it look like it's angry? Does it look like it's...
Make me an insight check with disadvantage.
Yeah.
Does the bipedal, misshapen, mutated, underdark cow thing look
Hey,
upset?
I've seen Toy Story. Just because the toys look creepy doesn't mean they are.
It's more like, does this thing even have any recognizable body language that Ska might be able to understand?
Yeah, that is closer to it. Neither of you are able to really. Neither of you are farmhands or anything. You've never picked up on the body language this kind of creature might have, even in its typical state. Right now, its eyes are hanging out on its horns, not in its eye sockets, and seem to be independently glaring at you while sort of twisting in a way that you would think is out of focus.
Elsa looks at it for a second, and he's like, yeah. I've had mornings like that.
Ragnar's gonna go look at a different hut.
The Glek walks up to it, reaches out, goes to poke it.
Alright. You sort of reach out to poke. As you reach out to poke, this creature's spine seems to jut out some sort of feathers that start batting you away.
Ah!
It continues looking at you and just with the bucket keeps moving.
What's in the bucket? Am I close enough to tell what is in the bucket?
Investigation, it's a little hard to tell what.
I will, without any kind of propriety, lean over to look in the bucket if I need.
Okay, yeah. In that case, it's some kind of blackish brown sludge goop with various chunks of what seems to be stone or crystal throughout it.
Excellent. Gentlemen, make these hours
Roll
count.
is a medicine roll.
That would be Arcana, as it
Arcana,
sort of
okay.
bubbles up.
That's good. Arcana is better.
Does it say you want the bucket? Yes. Huge waste of my time. You did not read
Nope.
mine. Does it say you want the bucket?
It's gross.
Ugh. I reach up, pat the thing on the shoulder as if to send him on his way.
Yeah. Again, those sort of feather things erupt and start batting at your hand as it continues very slowly, one step at a time. Eyes scooting back over to keep an eye on you as it moves to where its head is looking at you because it's moving away from where it's looking. Towards that mushroom field where it starts to slowly chuck the contents of the bucket onto the field.
Ugh.
And all of you can see this sort of
Fertilizer.
gross sludge stuff punctuated with the crystals.
Yeah, and then I'm going to head into the hut. But
Okay.
I know that everybody else is doing stuff too, so.
Yeah. At this point, we're going to transition quickly to Ska and Alistar. What are you two doing as that happens?
Sky's just kind of staring at everything and trying not to freak out.
Dear God, there's more. No.
She has no context for what is happening right now. She's trying very hard not to lose her mind.
It's okay, Scott. It's expanding your horizons. Everything's fine.
Alistar, anything you wanted to do?
Where did Ragnar go?
Ragnar went to
Ragnar seems
investigate.
to be headed to another of the tent.
Yeah,
Or
I'll follow him.
huts. Okay. So Ragnar and Alistar head towards another one of the huts. Nothing emerges from this one before you enter. You just go in.
Yep, we are link barging our way through all 4 of these huts.
All right. As you sort of just head past the curtain, it's not locked. It's a pretty simple hut. You see inside there are these strange sort of bird nests on their side, almost like you know those pods they have on airplanes for rich people?
Yeah.
Almost like that, made out of wood and twigs, curled around. And in one of the slightly smaller of these bulbous pod nests, there seems to be some variety of creature. You can only see some red cloth from the angle when you enter.
Hello.
No response.
He'll take the tip of his sword and just kind of push the red cloth back a little bit to see what's inside.
All right. As you take this glowing sword and poke, whatever's in there goes, and you see it sort of move up. It is almost the head of a bird attached like at the neck to 3 presumably human or humanoid hands as a feathering collar, and a base that looks almost like something like a piglet, except for the swirly pigtail is barbed. It's about the size of a small human baby, all told.
Well, honestly, I'm surprised it took me this long to find something down here that was this fucking creepy. And we are just going to back slowly out and go to another hut.
All right.
You know, Ragnar, I'm starting to think that these things are weird echoes / shadows / copies of things that were described to an artist, but they never actually saw.
Honestly,
I mean,
that's
I'm
as
an
good an
idiot.
explanation that I can consider. This is the village of the failed experiments.
No, I'm pretty sure that like someone commissioned these, but didn't provide very good instructions.
The client kind of let the reference art go.
Yeah, not so much reference art, more like reference 3 lines of text and an instruction to be creative.
Dwarven creativity runs in a very different direction than this.
I know, I've heard your songs and drunk your beer.
The beer's better. And the songs are better after the beer, I should say.
Yeah, I won't argue. The
Third
beers are
hut.
also helpful.
Yeah. You go to the third of these 4 huts. This one is, as you enter, there's none of those pods on the wall, and it seems to be empty. There's a small bundle of blankets on the floor.
There's
A tiny chest that seems to have been propped up against the far wall.
Oh, well, if there's a chest, we'll go investigate that.
Yeah.
Because, traps.
Investigation.
11.
11.
The
Well,
adventure
it's
occurs.
not locked or trapped, so...
We will flip that open and see if there's anything inside.
Okay. Inside, you find some sort of golden circlet. It looks like a crown of some kind.
He'll pick it up, look it over. Can he tell if it's magic or just crafted well,
You can
or
make me an Arcana check.
that's a 10?
Let's have a look.
It seems to be magic.
18.
I'll start with an 18. Yeah, this definitely is some kind of magical headwear. Probably a circular. The exact magical effect, you're not really sure. You've never encountered something with an enchantment that quite felt like this.
Ooh, this is weird. But what you got there, Ragnar, is your actual magic hat.
Is it?
Ah, it's a magic hat.
He'll put it on his head.
Okay. It requires attunement. So
Does it fit?
it
I always thought that's what an attunement did.
It may be a little loose on you, but not so much that you can't wear it.
Thank you, Alistair. I've got a shiny hat now.
Yes, you do. Hopefully it'll make you smarter. Sorry, what? What? Huh?
That
Who said
would
that?
be extremely helpful.
Oh, yeah, it'd be great. Okay, so backing out of the hut.
Okay.
Hey guys, we found Ragnar a hat. Also, what's the plan?
Yeah, and about at this time, the growth thing has started throwing that disgusting goop on the plants.
Scott will notice the hat on Ragnar's head.
Apparently it's magic. Don't know what it does, though.
Give it to me. I'll see if I can see what it does. It'll take me a bit, but I can try.
As a what now?
I can see if I can try to identify what it is.
All right.
It'll take me a bit, but
I'll
we've
hand
got
it to
time.
Ska.
And I will
And
cast identify. I will ritual cast identify. Because then I
Alright.
don't lose the spell slot. It just
And-
takes 11
Anyone
minutes.
doing anything over those 11 minutes?
Ragnar will go investigate that fourth hut and see where Click Clack has wandered off to.
Alright, Click Clack, I believe you were watching that happen.
I had walked into that the hut that the Roth thing had
right.
walked out of.
Sorry.
That's okay.
As you walk in, you see two sort of woven chairs. One of which contains another entity seemingly of the same kind as the Roth creature you saw before, sort of sitting there with a pipe in the sort of mouth thing of its head that you can tell contains some kind of teeth that you don't associate with cows, and multiple rows of them. As the head sort of is just propped up on the back of the head back of the chair, facing again in opposite direction of the
Scout,
body.
it's Pauling. Tell me you got the briefcase.
Yeah, sure.
And nobody saw you.
Basically nobody.
Scout, I'm here right now.
Falling. We killed everybody and took a briefcase.
Not everybody sold
I
you.
wave at it.
Guys.
Okay.
6.
It sort of
Keep the briefcase safe.
turns around, standing up so it can.
Goodbye, Miss Falling.
Actually, it doesn't need to stand up. And its eyes turn around, again, finding their resting place sort of on the horns.
You're
Ah.
probably real busy this weekend.
Wah!
Funny you should mention that. Looks like I will be burying bodies all weekend. So that you don't go to jail.
Right.
Good. So we're both busy.
Hmm. Yep, and I waved goodbye and I walked out.
Alright. Okay. So you all sort of arrive back in the center area, and take the 10 minutes to cast Identify.
Uh-huh.
Scott, with Identify, this is a yeah, it doesn't say otherwise. This is a maddened crowd. It increases your wisdom, or it makes your wisdom stat and your intelligence stat both 13.
Okay. But what's the catch? With a name like that, I mean, it has to have a catch.
It, sorry, I need to actually have the full text in front of me for this. If you die while wearing this crown, your soul enters it, unless it already houses a soul. You remain in the crown or depart to the afterlife. As long as your soul is in the crown, you can telepathically communicate with any creature wearing it. A wearing creature can't prevent this telepathic communication.
Uh-huh. So you get smarter, you can talk to people telepathically, but if you die wearing it, you're screwed.
Well, either you're screwed or you move on. It's soul's choice. As long as it's empty. It may not be. And that is not something you can determine with an Identify.
Yeah, so Scott will relay that information to Ragnar.
Well, what is it with the Underdark and trapping souls in inanimate objects, anyway?
Yeah, I wish I knew. Okay, so we have some weird ox-looking creature things doing gardening. But nothing here that really needs our attention. I mean, I don't think these things need killing, so... Do we want to walk back to the house?
I suppose.
It is almost nighttime at this point. You can obviously walk back, but you'd be not necessarily exhausted, but close to it by that point.
Well, if Ragnar can tell what time it's roughly getting to be, then he'll make the suggestion that one of these huts is empty, and we could take that one over for a long rest. He'll point at the one that had
it will stay empty?
Well, I feel if the four of us are in there and we're keeping watch and guarding the door, that, yeah, probably.
Do we have to?
Would you rather sleep out in the open?
Yeah. I gesture to the hut.
All right.
Fine.
I'll take first watch.
Okay. You all head into this hut. Again, there's a pile of blankets and a chest that Ragnar has opened in there.
And he will explain the statistics of the crown to everybody who's around and sort of put it up for highest bidder.
Does that make you cleverer?
Probably, for me anyway.
Yeah. It's useless to me.
Click, clack.
Eh. Yeah.
It
When's
also
my watch, by the
requires
way?
attunement, which may be an issue for some of you.
When is my watch, by the way?
You'll take last watch.
Sounds about right.
Okay.
I'll take second.
Yeah. Click like you take third. We're good for
Yep.
the night.
All right.
Yeah,
So-
sorry, that was putting up 3 fingers.
Yeah.
Okay. Ragnar will attune to the crown then.
Yep. So, I believe Sky's on first watch.
Yep.
Yep. So Ragnar will deal with that during your watch.
Oh, okay.
Scott, is there anything you want to do during your watch?
She is just going to be trying to pay as close attention to what is happening, make sure that nobody's going to try and come in and kill them for stealing their house.
Okay. Make me a perception check.
21.
All right. So, over the course of your watch, several times you hear more of those unearthly sounds of disgusting whatever it is. It doesn't even sound like language to you. And the sounds of like buckets and perhaps the clanging of some other kind of equipment. No one enters this particular space.
Okay. When her watch is over, she'll wake Ragnar and just kind of like sit with her back against a wall to go into trance.
Alright. So yeah, Ragnar will keep an eye out and also attune to the crown.
Okay. Ragnar, make me a perception check.
Okay. That's a 10.
All right. So as you sort of start your watch, again, you hear the clanging of some kind of implement, potentially one of those buckets you saw previously.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you're sort of sitting there for about the first 20 minutes of your watch listening to that. And then your attention is mostly diverted as a voice sort of creeps into your mind. Fester, fester, fester. We need it. We need it now. You have to find it. And what was there? Aren't you listening? It's not here yet. You need to get to it.
Get to what?
What she wants. What he seeks. You have to appease her. Always appease her.
Who is her?
The her that is a him and a them and alternately a self and an anti-self. The her that walks on spider legs at dawn, and cow hooves in the evening.
So, somebody in this village of misfit, bullshit, mutated... What's your name?
My name is of no consequence. You must conform to her.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
It will. With time it will. Well, many have been stronger than you, smarter than you, but you will.
Sure I will. Alright, well, if I'm going to eventually conform to spider, cow, person, bitch, lady, whatever, I'm gonna need to make sure that we get through this night on watch and then get some rest.
Be her, become her, or appease her, bring to her what he wishes.
And what would that be specifically?
Her own crown, the crown of the Mad Queen. Bring her the crown, become her with the crown.
Is this the same crown that I've got on my head, or is there a different one?
Bring her what she needs, what she seeks. We must appease her, always appease her.
I appreciate the motivation. You're very committed to this role. I understand you've got a lot of investment in this, but you're going to have to calm your ass down and speak clearly and plainly if you hope to get your objectives accomplished. So,
Appease her.
You've already said that multiple times. You've got that much. Do I need to bring whoever this is the crown that I'm currently wearing, or a different one? Or don't you know?
It is not a must, it is a will. You will appease her. You have to.
You know, for someone who's very imperative, you're really scant on the details.
Ragnar, make me an insight roll.
Okay. That's an 8.
Yeah, this thing is not telling you everything.
Right. He's going to experiment. He's going to take the crown off his head and set it to the side and see if it can still talk to him while he's not touching it.
Let me check the attunement rules real quick.
Okay.
If I can figure out how to spell attunement. If you're not 100 feet away from it, so the attunement does not end when you stop touching it. So yeah, it continues to whisper this in your mind.
Okay. All right. Wasn't sure if it had to be worn or not.
It has to be attuned.
Okay. All right. Interesting. So yeah, unless it's super distracting and preventing him from keeping his watch, he'll just ignore it.
Okay.
He'll put the crown back on his head, but yeah, just ignore it.
Yep. All right. So, third watch. Alistar and...
No, it's just click.
Oh.
Yep. Alistar's taking
Alistar
fourth.
sleeps.
Yeah, Alistar's asleep.
Got... Click clack.
Yep.
You and... I believe Alistar was also told... Everyone was told Alistar would take third watch.
Yep.
No,
Fourth.
Alistar was told he was going to take last watch. Meaning, after everyone else does it, then we'll wake you up.
Okay.
Yeah. He won't try.
Alistar either takes the first one so that he doesn't go to sleep and have to be woken up, or he takes the last one so that once he wakes up, he's done for the night.
All right. Okay. Click clack. Anything you want to do over your watch?
It is not click clack trying to talk. This is me because I was dumb. And right when as you were bringing your attention to me, I put something in my mouth to eat.
Right.
I mean, he's mostly just going to be keeping an eye out. he does take the time. He's going to get a... I think I might have something that works for this. Surprisingly, I actually do not. He will poke around the vicinity looking for like a bull, basically.
Okay.
If he can find one, he will take his water skin,
Sure.
pour out the water skin into the bowl.
Okay.
He walks over to Alistair, puts it down next to him, takes his hand, and puts it in the bowl of water. Carefully, so that he does not wake up.
Light of 10 versus... Alistair, what's your passive perception?
15.
Okay.
28.
All right. That
I love
happens.
that Click Clack has basically gone to summer camp.
I mean, a little bit.
I approve.
Look, if you can't be having fun in a situation like this, when can you be having fun?
So the question is, what sort of save does Alistair have to make to not wet the bed?
I don't fucking... You all wake up the next morning and Navarran gets to decide.
I'm a terrible person.
Sorry, what? What am I deciding?
You
So
guys-
I very carefully...
Yeah, no, I get what's going on, but
So
what
the
am I
idea
deciding?
behind that, and the old joke, if you're not familiar with it, is you put somebody, when you're asleep, you put their hand in a bowl of water, and then they relieve themselves in their sleep.
Right.
I see. Those two things are related.
Yes, they are.
Yes,
Yep.
it's
Oh,
an
yeah, no.
actual thing.
It does work.
It's very summer camp.
It's very summer camp. Yep.
Whether
Constitution
it works
save?
on Alistair or not. I
No, I'll
guess
still
it's
piss himself. That's fine.
Alistair's such a good sport.
I figure, he's used to this sort of shit.
Well, it's
I'm
not
sure
shit.
Alistair's done it at some point. Yeah, and otherwise he's just doing watch. His prank is done for the night.
Okay. Yep, you all wake up in the morning.
When it comes about morning time, Click Clack will make what is the equivalent of a rooster crow in the Underdark, which I have
Oh,
to assume,
God.
which I have to assume is the scream of a bat.
I was going to
Okay,
say a
so-
hook horror, but, that works too.
I want you to make me, with disadvantage, an intimidation roll.
I thought for a second there, I thought you were going to say, I want you to make me that sound. And I was going to say, no.
Sorry.
No.
I have a question. Does that mean there is no slot for Alistair to wake up and take a watch?
So typically I do a three watch
Okay.
schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
So you said intimidation roll
Yeah, with disadvantage.
with disadvantage. 12.
Okay. So it is not the most bone-chilling and terrifying thing you have ever heard, but as some of you are starting to be like groggily, okay, it's time to be awake now, especially Alistair, given that you slept the entire night. There is a loud, vicious sound that it is somewhere between a screech and the gnawing of teeth and the crushing of bone. Very close by.
I throw my dagger at it.
Okay. Make me a roll.
Anything modifying?
No, you. It's not like you tried to hide where you were. Click
Nope.
clack.
No, I did not.
9.
That is
Okay.
a miss.
Dagger flies past your face. Click clack.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I'll kill it. I'll kill it. Is it a shadow monster? I'll get it.
Yep.
There's a Kenku on the ground, rolling and laughing.
Oh, hey, Click Clack. What's up? Why am I wet?
More laughter.
Oh, hey, buddy. If you're into that, you could have just asked. I don't judge. It's cool. It's not my bag, but I'm down with it. I'll give it a go. No?
Complete
Scott will say
and
something in undercommon.
Sorry, guys.
You've ruined
A little too
the DM.
aggressively.
That was amazing.
Fittingly enough, a dragon egg fell off.
That's funny.
Perfect.
I think Click Clack's the only one who understands Undercommon, right?
Correct.
So Scott will say to you in Undercommon, he's weird. Don't worry about it. You either ignore it or you get used to it.
Alright, well, if everybody's awake and we've got some cold trail rations, let's get back to see if we can figure out how to get out of this bloody damn parallel dimension, whatever it is we've got ourselves stuck in.
Parallel what now?
Oh, damn it, he slept.
What? What
Mm-hmm.
do you mean I slept? Where are we? What's going on?
Okay, so do you remember, I know this is going to be hard for you, do you remember the shard of glass in the music box?
I remember a song. Vaguely.
Hey.
I can't remember what it is.
Okay.
I think I know it.
The song played, you touched the glass, and now we're here. Welcome! We're in Crazy Town.
That doesn't sound like something I'd do.
No, it doesn't, but you did, and now we have a 4-hour walk, so let's head.
Parallel what?
We went
and I
through a
pointed
mirror.
Ragnar.
We went through a mirror, and we're in
Mirror.
a place that is similar to where we were in the real world, but is slightly different than the real world.
There's
It's-
not a really sexy version of me here, is there?
Not
No,
that
and I
we've
would
been able to
suggest you not
find.
try to sleep with
Damn.
anything out there.
Damn. Why, is it hot?
No.
No, that's disturbing.
Alright, I'm not judgmental, it's fine. I'll give it a go.
Yeah, you might be judgmental of these things.
Eh.
Yeah, maybe not judgmental. They might simply not tickle your aesthetic.
Oh, fair enough.
Be that as it may, we've got a bit of a walk ahead of us.
So we're like in a mirror, is what you're saying.
That's correct.
In a mirror.
Yup.
Boom.
So, 4-hour walk back through the cavern. Let's go.
No, wait, how did we get here? This is what? This is a long. What? We were at a house, like a mansion.
Yes, we were.
So where is this?
Outside the mansion.
Feathery arm raises.
Click clack.
Hi, Click Clack, what's up?
Pointed Alistair. Arr?
He's back to
Yeah,
his
okay.
normal.
Normally is.
Yes, this is his normal self.
What do you mean, my normal self?
I repeat exactly what Alistair just said in his voice.
You people have weird ideas of what normal means.
No, we're not saying normal as in normal. We're saying this is usual for you.
This is your default.
Huh? What?
Exactly.
I fell asleep mid-conversation. Can we get going?
Yes, let's do that. It's an excellent idea.
Alistair so much.
Ska will mumble under her breath in Undercommon, "One day I will kill him."
Yeah,
And then she'll walk out.
You gotta remember, Click Clack has had maybe an hour's experience with this version of Alistair.
Yep.
So,
Yup.
Yep.
A few hours, but most of those were walking.
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Do, 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 do,
Yep. You all head back towards the mansion, I assume.
Back the way we came.
Yep.
As you come out, you notice that there's a lot more huts than there were when you were here previously. Those mushrooms that were just a small farm patch when you went in last night, it now are decently sized, potentially even analogous to the fields when this was a fully fledged town with actual buildings. There are more of these abominable creatures, some kind of snake with fleshy bulges coming out of the side. Another of those sort of upright roast things.
They're not sentient, are they?
They might be. It's a little hard to tell.
Oh, okay.
Alistair, from what you can tell, they're definitely using tools, and occasionally they seem to speak, but you don't understand what they're saying.
Huh. How about that?
So jury's still out on sentient, but that is what you observe.
All right, I can't be sure, so we'll leave that for now. But I'm not necessarily against the idea. I've probably slept with worse.
They don't seem to be hostile, but we should probably go sooner rather than later. I'm not looking forward to walking back through that group of people, though.
Oh, aye.
Well,
No,
we're
we're on our way back.
What people? Come back! Yeah.
There's some mindless crowds of... Yeah.
Yeah.
Hands
zombies.
out, all zombified.
Not too aggressive, though. So
Zombies.
That's...
Well,
not
not exactly zombies.
Similar, but yeah.
Oh, the things outside. I remember.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But we have
What
a
do they do?
4-hour walk to get back to them.
And then he does the squiggly mind flayer sign again and makes motions like a puppeteer with his
What is that?
hands.
What does that mean?
There's some mind flayer something monster that controls these mindless
Oh yeah,
folks.
I'd forgotten.
Sorry, still waking up. Ah.
Okay.
Alright,
Tap's head, Tap's mouth. Squiggly.
They eat brains.
I thought he was miming something entirely different.
We know.
And Ska's gonna start walking
Yep.
just
All right.
away.
Like looks confused for a moment, shakes it off, and walks away.
Okay. So, as you head away from this conglomerate of houses, it seems to be growing exponentially whenever you're not looking at it. Now there are strange creatures that seem to have been the Roth's eyeballs that popped off, and now are about the size of basketballs and bouncing around.
I'm looking for a
Terrifying.
triangle in a top hat with only one eye.
You don't see one.
Okay. That's good to know. I am very glad to hear this. And we are walking back towards the mansion.
Yes.
In that direction.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah, no, we will stop before we try and go back through the crowd of...
And again, as you're walking, especially because you're coming from that direction, you notice the parts of the wall that seem falsely tessellated, stuff like that.
Does there seem to be anything different about this? Like, about the walls or anything?
Investigation.
Gotta go.
A lot of people busy with
God damn those 8s.
Asking our
Not
head dice
really,
for
no.
dice.
got else by.
Okay.
8 is
How
the
many
new 9.
8s have I... I know, it's like, how many 8s have I rolled tonight?
Hey, look at all this. What are you
Yeah.
two eggheads been working on?
Breakverse. No one really rolls
Nice
great.
catch.
Yeah, listen, we've been running some experiments.
I mean, Navarre's not doing bad.
Y'all
That's
ought to
fair.
Yeah.
look at this.
All right.
You all continue heading towards the town, and again, you don't encounter anyone as you go through. But I think that's where we're gonna take a quick break because.
All right. We will be back in a few minutes then. And we're back again.
Welcome back, everybody. So the party continues to travel down this road, and like when you were headed there, as you get closer to the house, those sort of strange incompletenesses decrease to the point where there's almost none. And you reach sort of the intersection where you can head down the smaller path that leads up towards the house, where, at least when you were here before, and you assume still, the mindless ones are, or further sort of into the Underdark past the house.
That is where Click Clack is walking towards.
Yep. Sticking with Click Clack.
Because he has a theory.
Alisar skipping happily along.
Alright. Is there anything specific Click Clack is looking for?
He wants to see if he's keeping an eye on the terrain to see if this is perhaps the same, maintains the same level of detail as the rest, because his running theory is that whoever is responsible for, since he's thinking this is some sort of dream situation or someone's mind created by someone's mindscape or something like that, the places of importance will be very strongly imagined and sketched out and detailed. The places that are not as important will be less sketched out and perhaps contain random weird subconscious Frankenstein monster creatures, because you don't think about that area as much.
The details of the creatures themselves were very explicit, but it doesn't sound like Click Clack would be bothered.
It's not. They're explicit, but they are sort of what your mind might create in a weird, dark place. So that's sort of what he's going off of.
All right.
So he's looking for evidence to support or refute his theory.
Okay.
Or failing that, mind flares. Like, if he sees a mind flare sitting in the hall and down the tunnel, he's not just going to walk by it.
Good call.
Oh, but then it can come up behind you and eat your brain. Okay. Whoever is leading can make me a perception, I guess.
It sounds like Click Clack's in front.
Oh,
Yep. Oh.
That should not be with disadvantage, but it doesn't matter because the one was first.
Well then.
Because this group is not good at the rolling of the dice.
Nope.
Okay. All right, so Click Clack, you sort of wander forward for maybe another 10, 15 minutes past that sort of gap in the passage. And you are keeping a decent eye on the walls, and you notice that there's no more of those sort of places that aren't quite complete here. So that makes sense. That's in favor of what you're thinking.
Sweet.
And the rest of you are just sort of following where Click Clack's going.
That was y'all's first mistake.
Well, Scott is following Ragnar, who's following Click Clack, so, you know.
Ah, well.
Click Clack has a +4 to perception.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but a nat 1 is still a nat 1.
Yeah, fair enough.
And the common sense of a dodo bird.
Yep. I'll continue heading along this path. And I guess they technically could roll a 1 on their stealth check.
We don't have those temp hit points anymore.
Nope.
Oh, well, sorry. If it's a new day, I would have done that again.
Oh, okay.
Yes. You took a long rest, so it's a new day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is that a thing that I can do?
Yeah, sure. You retroactively, presumably before as you headed out.
Yep. Yeah. For temporary hit points to everyone and the number of my charisma plus half path level, I think. Hang on, I'll check that.
Cool.
It's at least 9.
I think it was 11 is what I had last time.
Yeah, it's 6 plus 5, so it's 11.
Yeah.
Nice.
My bard level plus my charisma modifier.
Yay.
So, as you're all pretty happily walking along, I'm gonna need some intelligence saving throws.
Everybody gets a +5 if you're within 10 feet of Ragnar. So 15 for me.
Give me just 1 moment.
23.
18.
+5. Intelligence. 21.
All right. So, I'm assuming Ragnar and Click Clack are the only two who actually added the +5 in advance, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, with that, as you,
Yeah, I don't know how to add it in here.
it's fine. We'll discuss that
Figure it
later.
out later. Yeah.
As you guys sort of pass a large rock outcropping, a psychic sort of scream fills all of your minds. You all manage to successfully shake it off. Doesn't seem like that particular ability does half damage, so.
Nice.
You all successfully shake it off, but your attention is turned to essentially where that sound came from. And for some of you, this is the first time actually for everyone other than Click Clack, and potentially even Click Clack, this is your first time actually seeing a mind flare. These entities are about humanoid shaped and slightly taller than you might expect a human to be, closer to an elf. With these beards of tentacles coming from their mouths, or in the place of mouths. And I'd like for everyone to roll initiative.
Yup.
Yay.
That I can do. 19. Wow. Wow.
Oh, I didn't have a token on the map.
Yeah, we don't have tokens at the moment.
That's okay.
We're getting there. 10.
13.
16.
Yeah, the version of the other map because Roll20 did not save any of my progress when I was working on this previously.
Oh. Hate when that happens.
Yeah. Looks like I definitely made a... Yeah. So...
Oh, it's a guy with a head like a cuttlefish.
Alright. Everyone make sure your initiative is added in if it wasn't automatically added.
Done.
Yep.
Alright. So, Ragnar, you're going first.
Yep. All right.
Jack, you're muted.
Okay. So Ragnar is going to run up to this thing, pull out his sunblade, and hit it with a wrathful smite.
Alright.
Is it only one that I can see?
Yep. That you can see.
Does a 12 hit? Jesus.
Let's see. I don't think so. No, a 12 does not hit. A 12 clangs off the breastplate.
Okay. Does a 22 hit?
Yes, a 22 does.
Okay. So it takes 16 damage from the blade. Wow. And 1 point of psychic damage and has to make a DC 16 wisdom save. Or it is frightened.
Yeah, I guess that would be accurate because... Actually, let me check... Okay. Yeah, you sort of cut into this thing with your second strike. Anything else?
Nope. Not at this point. He'll just be watching to see if it gets scared.
All right.
Something went a bit weird there. Is that me?
Possibly. I'm not seeing your video in live anymore.
Okay, hang on.
I see it.
I
Oh.
see you live.
Okay, so it may be me.
Is that my turn?
Yeah, I think so. Unless Ragnar was any last things.
Nope, that was everything.
Okay.
Did it succeed on its save?
Yeah, it did.
Cool.
Why not? Let's go. Let's play supporty. Let's, for my action, simply cast Fairy Fire on the thing.
Okay.
I'm going to exclude Ragnar from the area as well by casting it further away.
All right. What? Oh yeah, you're within range.
Yep.
Roughly that. That's
Yeah,
not
pretty much.
actually a square, but you know.
And it has to make a DC 16 dex save.
Right.
And the light is violet/pink.
And it succeeds.
Okay.
But hey, for Click-Clack's benefit, the area is pretty well lit up between Ragnar's sword and the fairy fire.
Yeah. And to be clear, it's only if you enter that area when the spell is cast. I can now enter the area and be fine, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, since it didn't work, I'll drop concentration pretty much immediately.
Yeah.
Okay.
And bonus action, bardic inspiration on Click-Clack.
Okay. Click-Clack.
All right. So I have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Bonus action to dash. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Yep.
Get behind him.
Nice.
Okay. You're flanking.
And caw, motherfucker.
Whose voice that time? Whose voice that time?
Probably Ragnar's, actually, because it'll be weird to hear the voice coming from multiple directions.
That's legit.
Nice.
And a 19.
19 will hit.
Right? And so that is 17 damage, piercing damage.
All right.
And that is everything for my turn.
Okay. That would make it Ska's turn.
Yay. It's a little too far away for me to actually do anything to it. Let's see. So, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30,
Yep.
35, 40, 45 would put me there. Actually, I'm gonna go there. And then because Ragnar will go next, I'm going to cast Bless on Ragnar.
Ooh.
I know, right?
Magic spells.
Yeah.
It's a
It's
D4.
the first time I've done that. Yes. You can roll a d4 and add that to your attack roll.
Presumably also on yourself and also on Click-Clack.
Yeah, 3 creatures. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna do Ragnar, Click-Clack, and actually, I'm probably gonna do it to Alistar because you'd come up next.
I don't attack.
Saving throws.
Saving throws.
Ska, who are you putting the spell on?
Yeah, it's gonna be Alistar.
Okay.
Fine.
Yeah, because Alistar's out of range of my aura of saving throws right now, so.
Yep.
Got boxes to tick. Let's tick these boxes.
Alright. Let the mind flare up next. Yeah, it's just gonna go for a standard attack. Alright, Click-Clack, does a 16 hit you?
Let me check and see. I think there's something I might be able to do. It normally would. Rakish Audacity, I think. Oh, yeah, no, that's... Yep, that hits.
Okay. You are medium or smaller?
I am medium or smaller. I am going to uncanny dodge to have the...
Fair enough. Yeah?
How much do I potentially know about mind flares? I don't want to meta this. What is he
given
trying
you
to hit me
rolled,
with?
You know that they're brain-eating creepy things.
What is he trying to hit me with?
The tentacles that are on its face, so you can make a decent guess that the brain-eating happens from the same face hole as eating does for most.
I mean, Uncanny Dodge. The thing is, Uncanny Dodge only has the attack damage, and I think he has to make another attack to do the damage with the brain. I will say the Uncanny Dodge.
Okay.
For when the real damage starts to come.
That's fair.
For when he starts trying to bore a hole
That's
in
why
my
I wanted to
goddamn
be like,
skull.
I didn't want to say, okay, yes, I'm doing it because I, as a DM for another game,
know how these things work.
Yeah, they're pretty fucking nasty. Yep. So yeah, you are grappled, and you need to make an intelligence saving throw, apparently.
Intelligence saving throw? Okay, and I am within...
You're within 10 feet of me.
Yeah.
10 feet, so... Before I click that, I do not have advantage. But a 27's pretty good.
You're not stunned. It's not a particularly powerful mind flare. But you do take 20 psychic damage.
Okay.
As these tentacles come out and wrap around your head.
Okay, so that was 20 psychic damage.
Ow.
Pain.
But at least we had
The
11,
bird's
10
face
hit
is
points.
grappled. And that's going to bring us to Ragnar.
All right. We are going to hit him twice with the Sunblade.
I support this.
18 to hit. Does 17 radiant damage. Another 18 to hit. And that one does...
You have advantage.
Oh, that's right, I do. Okay. Let me...
Roll 2 more times just to see if either is a natural 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nope.
Those are better, but they're not natural 20s, so I'm going to say the damage remains
Damage
the
will
same.
stay the same, yeah. So 27 points of damage total.
Yeah.
Radiant.
You're cutting this thing down as it nearly chomps your friend's brains.
Yeah.
Alistar.
Let's see if I can get in its head. Dissonant whispers.
Okay.
Ooh.
DC 16.
Yep.
I enjoy that spell.
Nope. Success. Alistar, at this point, you can make me an Arcana check just on your instincts as a magic user.
18.
This thing, you've been throwing a few spells at this thing, and Ragnar has as well. Seems more resistant than you'd expect to the magic. You're like, usually people get hit by some of these effects. You know these effects target different, for lack of a better term, stats. So yeah.
Okay.
You would notice that. Click clack. You're grappled.
I am grappled. I don't want to be grappled no more.
You can make me a grapple check to get free.
Grapple is... Oh, yeah, no, I'll do that. 24?
Succeeds.
Yep.
Yep.
Schloop.
Now here's the
You feel your
problem.
head almost decide octopus, I'll octopus you back and sort of scoot out.
Feathers. Not easy to grapple.
Yep. I will. Use my bonus action to disengage. Nothing else I can use my bonus action for right now. Yeah, I'll use my bonus action to disengage. Just move a little bit away. And I will flip Squidly the double bird.
Which, coming from you, is like a triple bird, right?
Yes.
All right, yeah, your turn.
Okay. Well, now because Click-Clack moved away from it, I might as well come up on its ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I am, because I'm concentrating on Bless, I am not going into a rage as of yet. I am going to attack it, though.
All right.
So...
You have advantage from flanking.
Advantage. And great sword to the face. That's a 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
So
And so
13
Scott
slashing.
heads up and just decapitates this thing that's still sort of reaching out for Click-Clack. It seems to fall dead on the ground.
In
I was going to say,
Alistair's voice, I fucked you.
I fucked him.
I fucked him.
I fucked him.
Right.
Right.
Because I have a second attack, I want to stab straight down.
Sure. Yep.
Just to make sure.
Some black liquid, almost the consistency and presumably substance of blood, pours out.
And we back away from the stuff so it doesn't touch us.
Okay.
Ragnar's gonna see if he's got anything valuable on him.
Investigation.
Oh, I'm really good at this. 12.
Yep. With a 12, you sort of go through the pockets. You find a spyglass.
Wow.
Some paper with lines similar to the ones you remember seeing on the door of the mansion back when the mansion was in disrepair.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about it.
Cool. Spyglass is very good for people who are on the open sea, so we are going to hang on to that.
Yep. It's also great for people watching out for people coming up, so
Yep.
they can catch them from a distance.
Yes, indeed. Scott, can you read this?
I'll take it. Can I read it?
Don't think so, unless you have some ability I'm forgetting.
Do I recognize it at least?
You recognize that similar kinds of scratches were on the front door, the same sort of 4 jagged lines.
Okay.
Does it look like any sort of writing, or does it just look like a symbol on a piece of paper?
You can make me an intelligence save.
Okay. 23.
If it's writing, the contents are not, for lack of a better term, written. There does seem to be some sort of residual psychic energy to the page. So if there's a message, it may be, for lack of a better term, encoded in that psychic resonance as much as in the
Wait. So you're
letter.
saying I found some psychic paper?
It doesn't seem like it worked like that, but it is technically psychic writing on paper.
Sorry.
It's not psychic paper.
I'm just saying, if you try and show someone your driver's license, you're not going to get a driver's license out of it.
Okay. That's valid.
Meanwhile,
It looks like the
Click-Clack is
same
busy.
stuff on the door, but it doesn't look like it's actual words.
Click-Clack
Eddie.
is busy feeling around his head to make sure that none of his brains are leaking out.
That you seem to be intact. You're not actually bleeding. All of the bleeding would have been internal.
Yes,
It's
but
like-
still, it
Yeah.
still feels like the brains are leaking a little bit.
A little bit. You took
You
quite a
got
bit of
hurt?
damage.
Yeah, right there.
Thumbs up.
Good to know.
And then he soccer kicks that head
Just like
down
fucking.
the tunnel.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
And football was invented in the Underdark.
Yes.
Um,
That's not nice of you.
So, Click-Clack, I want you to make me just a wisdom or intelligence check, just flat.
I will choose or intelligence. Because wisdom would be bad.
Wisdom be fucked.
16.
So, well, you're not doing great. You're also very much alive. That was a rough but not entirely off fight. But given that you were actually like in this thing's clutches, you do get the general sense of how close you were to, if something had gone slightly worse, having your brain milled out of your head.
Right.
Like that sort of, for lack of a better term, intellectual survivor's instinct is very much there.
Cope.
Like, I can heal you, but then I'd be completely out of spells.
Nah.
Okay. Is there anything else around? Like, is there
Just
another one
the open
hiding in the
path.
shadows?
Your best guess is that this creature was hiding, potentially waiting to ambush passersby or on some sort of watch.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but this seemed too easy.
Jerks his thumb in the direction of where we were heading. Point down. And then do it several more times.
You thinking there's fair few of them down there?
Yeah. How far did we walk down this?
About 15 minutes, I think, is what it was said.
Okay.
Yep.
And there is
Give me
still
one-
seem to be a ways to go, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure of that.
You're not entirely sure about this potentially warped dreamscape, but you know that in your reality, your reality,
Right.
this path continues on, essentially towards the next town and onwards. It's one of the more major roads.
Ragnar's going to pull out that spyglass and see how far down he can see and see if he can pick up any details of what might be further down the cave.
Even with your spyglass, it is dark and your dark vision only extends so far. Make me a perception check with the spyglass.
All right.
Part of me wants
Hello,
to
there's
go
a
back.
natural 20.
That'll work.
Nice.
Yeah, so with a natural 20, you can tell that, like, at the very edge of your vision, especially with the spyglass, the cave seems to slightly curve, potentially heading onwards at an angle.
Okay.
Part part of me wants to go back and check and see if anything has happened with the horde of people.
It's not a bad idea.
Now that we've apparently killed one of the things.
But only one.
Yeah, it just seemed too... It seemed too easy.
Well, he was isolated,
And
and we
then he-
outnumbered him.
Gestures again.
Just to clarify, Jeremy, gestures.
Gestures in
way
a
you would go.
thumb. Yeah, in a thumb gesture, like.
No, I was just
It's
checking
like-
which direction.
Yes, over his shoulder to the direction they were in the process of going to.
Okay.
All right, so we head back to the manor and see if our mindless contingent is still in the same situation as they were.
Well, that's the
How much-
question.
How much walking
Do we
wanna
spend the
do?
time to go back, or do we just
Directly
keep going
point.
forward?
The way they were
Click
going.
Clack seems to want to keep going forward.
Yes, I agree with Click Clack. Oh dear God, so much walking.
All right. Fair enough. Let's keep going.
It's too
Alright.
easy because there was only one, and there's going to be more this way.
Having slayed the scout, the party he chooses to head towards more mind flayers.
Because we
Because-
don't have a sense of self-preservation.
That's potentially
God
where
does.
solution may lie. But I think that may be where we'll end it for this week.
All right. Say
All right.
goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Hello.
Goodbye.